passion for travel through fresh and innovative experiences in Singapore. This follows the recent announcement of quarantine-free, two-way vaccinated travel lane, VTL as we call it, between Singapore and all Indian cities for fully vaccinated travelers from 16th March 2022. The Singapore Reimagine initiative aims to maintain top-of-mind awareness and recapture mindshare amongst global audiences. Singapore Reimagine showcases a different side of what the city has to offer, from exciting new attractions and novel dining concepts to wellness retreats and sustainable experiences. Travelers also enjoy enhanced hygiene and safety measures, as well as peace of mind as they navigate the new state of travel in a COVID-19 world. To talk to you more about the campaign,
and of course my collaborator Tina Fung, who is a Singaporean artist. So with this interactive artwork called Dreams from the Future, we wanted to explore an immersive installation that is inspired by Singaporean and Indian cultural elements. At the core of the artwork, we also wanted to convey the idea of hope and community. We've used a lot of sensory elements such as light, typography, sound, and visual elements as well to bring about this concept. And yeah, we've also kind of included elements from the past to reimagine a more diverse and inclusive future. And yeah, thank you so much for coming. And I will take you through specific elements and what they mean during our walkthrough later.
We also had to reimagine how to do this, given the fact that there is still a bit of a protocol of COVID. But that's the key of what we do. I mean, we try to make things happen, and you've given circumstances, and this is the fourth collaboration with Singapore Tourism Board, and a second such where we've had to work the installation or the artwork in remote without the full team or the full artist strength not being there. So yeah, I think let the installation speak for itself. I'm quite excited. I haven't seen it. I just came in this morning, and would love to see it from the artist's eyes and hear what she has to say then.
Absolutely, and that session is all about reimagining our futures. Why do you think this is so important in this day and age? So, who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll be happy to go first. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Oisin as well as Arjun, for being here with us today. You know, we've had a long history of collaboration with st+art Foundation here at the Singapore Tourism Board. And I think for us, it really is about st+art's ability to completely go outside of the box, break out to new boundaries, and really reimagine and transform spaces, right? So that for us has always been, you know, one of the most exciting parts of working with st+art. And then when we came to know of Oisin's work, it all kind of clicked in our head, right? It made sense because Oisin is so futuristic in her own way, and so able to reinterpret familiar motifs in ways that never, you know, I never would have imagined before. And I think that resonates very strongly with us at the Singapore Tourism Board and Singapore as a country, because for us, reimagining possibilities, I feel, is in our blood. Singapore is constantly changing, Singapore is constantly evolving and reinventing ourselves. And I think particularly in the past 2.5 years, when travel kind of went dark, it was a very busy time in Singapore, I have to be honest, because our tourism partners in Singapore, our attractions, our hotels, and all of the things that, you know, our Indian friends know and love in Singapore were constantly reimagining and reinventing what they could offer the Indian traveler. And so we're very excited to be here today. We're very excited to be talking about the topic of reimagining, because today, when the Indian traveler comes back to Singapore, when our friends from Chennai as well from all over India visit Singapore, it's of course a very familiar Singapore that they know and love. But if they've been to Singapore before, there'll be so many more things to discover, and you'll be hearing from us in in the coming weeks, months, years, and all the new things that have come up in Singapore. So reimagining all the possibilities that we have has always been in our blood, and very happy to be connected and to work together with partners who also have this spirit.
It was just kind of natural for me to move into this project as well, because I do work on a similar vein in my own practice too. I'm very much inspired by sci-fi and futurism, but also kind of mixed with my Tamilian heritage. I'm from Vellore and Tirunamalai, Tamil Theriyum, if you want to ask me some Tamil questions. So yeah, and also Tina Fung, who is the Singaporean artist. The kind of installations that she does always has the sense of otherworldliness with the material that she uses and the motifs that she uses as well, which is also very much connected to Singapore and her own culture. And so, yeah, this is also my first installation in general, which is why I'm extra excited for this.
Work should speak for itself, and I mean, I haven't seen an installation like that, and especially in India, I haven't seen something like that. It's driven by technology, driven by the thought of the future, about the thought about this utopian state we are trying to create, imagine, and also Oshin has worked on a really cool filter. I think that's something which we all need to explore. It's on Instagram. I'm very excited to do that. And especially with what's happening now, I think the filters and the metaverses and things like that, I think we slowly, with the future, while the art is also getting futuristic, the technologies are there to support it. And this installation is happening because of that. I mean, this is a great example of how someone sitting in Singapore and Oshin was sitting in Goa till day before yesterday have worked together along with the team to create something magical.
Of the installation, we have two distinct portraits, right? And these portraits are inspired by Tamil women in my life, but also sci-fi and futurism. Sci-fi and futurism. So some of the jewelry grandma inspire create panada. We walk through. Globes and planets universe and cosmos in the inspired panada, because of the fact that we all share the same space, and also denotes to futurism and sci-fi and things like that. The mudra, for instance, is a symbol of flow of information and technology, and the mushroom is inspired by mycelium, which is a colony that grows under the soil, and it connects all the plants together. So I thought it would be a good idea to use that as a symbol to explain the fact that we're all connected. It is a symbol of a well. So a well is a symbol historically where people come together, and it's the center of a community. So we wanted to say that through the well. And the words inside mean Irke, Samugam, and Kalpane, which are dreams, nature, and community, right? This is what we wanted to say. The floor also replicates water ripples. Water body is something that connects all human beings as well. And the architecture is present in Singapore. And the pillars are inspired by Tamil architecture, so are the arcs. Yeah, we also wanted to give the idea of love and hope in the installation. The flower, for instance, is the orchid flower, which is the national flower of Singapore. And the mirrors on top also are a kind of reflection of where we live and what we want the future to look like. Go around. Also created an AR filter, augmented reality filter. The QR code is outside. If you scan it on your phone on Instagram, You can see the filter inspired by the motifs, the mudra motif that we see over here. Scan the code. This is the filter. You guys can try it out by yourself. And yeah, I also wanted to mention that it looks completely different at nighttime. Everything is neon and lit up, and at night the sense of otherworldliness and dream is also a bit more enhanced. So yeah, if you can, you should come check it out at night as well. Thank you so much. இந்த இன்ஸ்டலேஷன் வந்து ஒரு ஃபியூச்சரை வந்து இமேஜின் பண்ணுற மாதிரி எப்படி கூட இருக்கலான்னு டைவர்ஸ் இன்க்ளூசிவ் ஃபியூச்சர். அண்ட் இது வந்து சிங்கப்பூர்லேருந்து இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ணது, சிங்கப்பூர் அண்ட் இந்தியா. ஸோ recently, I'm sure Ajay can explain this better, but it is also to invoke a sense of both cultures and how we have connections together, and yeah, to be able to visit a different country but also feel the same home as we do here. மூணு வாரத்துக்கு இன்னிலிருந்து.
Well, Singapore and Chennai obviously has a very, very close connection, a common Tamilian heritage. So we're very, very excited to be partnering st+art as well as a good friend of Singapore, Oshin, in collaboration with the Singapore-based artist Tina to create this wonderful, wonderful installation called Dreams of the Futures. We're super excited for our friends from Chennai to come down and experience this installation for themselves, get a little bit of taste of how we do it in Singapore in terms of being able to reimagine all the possibilities that we have. We're very happy to announce that between Singapore and India, we now have a special arrangement for travel for vaccinated Indian travelers to visit Singapore without any quarantine. And so we welcome visitors, our friends and family from Chennai to come over and visit this installation, get a taste of what it is like in Singapore, and then come and visit us in Singapore to get a sense of how we reimagine all the possibilities for our visitors.
So what are you exhibiting here?
Yeah, so I think apart from what Oshin has already said earlier, the exhibition here is very much built on reimagining what the future can hold for us, reinterpreting new possibilities for our common traditional heritage. Again, as I mentioned, Singapore and Chennai obviously has a very strong Tamilian heritage. So this is something that we're very, very proud of to be able to showcase and to explore how we can take this into the future.
Thank you.